Shawn here. Welcome to my studio. I've got another pedal to show you. This one is made by Rockett Audio and it's called the Archer Ikon. Now, some of you may be familiar with the original Archer pedal that debuted a while back. That was basically a clone of the silver Klon pedal. Very, very close. In my humble opinion, about as close as you're possibly going to get. The gold one, or the Ikon, is very similar to the gold Klon pedal, which was the original Klon that first came out. Rockett Pedals teamed up with Pro Guitar Shop to source the very hard to find, very difficult to find diodes that were in the original Klon pedal. Now the difference between the gold and the silver Archer pedals, or the Ikon and the silver Archer pedals, is it's subtle, but it's definitive in that the Ikon, those diodes sound just slightly or feel slightly more compressed. I don't feel that they're quite as barky in the upper mids, and maybe not quite as bright. That's really the difference between the two pedals. I know that the Ikon is slightly more expensive, but it's not necessarily because it's a better pedal than the silver Archer. It's just those particular diodes are more expensive to source. So I think it's really great that they've given the option to choose between the two sets of diodes, because you know, some guys may want like a little bit barkier pedal, and other guys might really enjoy a pedal that's slightly more compressed. So now you've got the best of both worlds, and certainly if you have the means, I would get both of them, because then you can dial one up for like your solo voices, your solo tones, and then the other one can be dialed up for rhythm tones, and that would kill. So yeah, without further yammering on, let's give this Archer Ikon by Rockett Audio Design a listen. Okay, you guys, let's check out this gold Archer pedal by Rockett Audio Designs. I'm going to use my David Grissom PRS into my divided by 13 FTR 37. Here is the clean sound on the amp. I've got it dialed really clean so that we can kind of force this pedal to do all the work. Okay, so here's the Archer pedal. So I have it dialed kind of medium gain, maybe medium low gain, and it sounds great. It certainly reminds me of what the Klon pedals sound like, and as I've said before, this is about as close as you're going to get. So let me turn it off real quick one more time. Clean tone, and then here's the Archer. So this one is a little bit, to me it's a little bit maybe smoother, maybe not quite as barky, but it's a very subtle difference between the two pedals. The silver, which I'm sure you guys are all pretty much familiar with now, and of course the gold Archer. Both great sounding pedals. It's just kind of what do you prefer, and I think it's great that they've allowed for you guys to make the choice between two different sets of diodes. So let me go ahead and just do a quick run through of what the controls do. It's the same as the silver one. You've got a volume, gain, and an output. Right now the gain is set, as I said, relatively low. The treble's about 11 o'clock, and the output is, you know, it's pushing the amp a little bit harder, but that's what I wanted it to do. If the amp was dialed a little bit hotter, then I could probably back that off. So let's just do, let's just sweep the gain. So there's the gain basically off. So you can tell it works as a push box now. Makes everything bigger and a little bit more hair on it. Now, whenever you just nail a set of diodes with that thing dimed like that, it is going to get bright and fairly spitty, but that's where you would compensate with the treble. It just depends on where you're going to keep this pedal dialed most of the time. Like right there, the top end's still fine. If you do dime it, it's going to get a lot more sizzly, and some people may actually love that, but if you want to back that off, then that's where you can kind of reach for the treble and warm it right back up. And that is the one thing that I really like about these pedals in general is with my Klon pedal, the original Klon pedal, I could never dime it. There's just no way it would work. It would just get too floppy and not really stay focused enough for me to do that. But with this pedal, as well as the silver, it works really well. I mean, I personally keep pedals like this dialed about right there. But it's, obviously to each his own. Okay, so we know the overall gain sweep of the pedal, which is pretty broad and substantial. Let's just go ahead and put the gain at about 12 o'clock, and we'll sweep the treble all the way left and then all the way right, so you can kind of hear what that's doing. So here's the treble all the way to the left. So nice, just frequency in that actual treble and the way it's voiced. I really like it, and I've always liked it. And it's very similar to the Klon pedal. Just for the heck of it, I'll turn the gain off, and I'll roll the output even hotter for you. And let me put it. I'll start it at 12 o'clock. So this is no gain, this is just the pedal hitting the amp. Here's about 2 o'clock. So that's another thing I've always loved these type of pedals for, is just hitting the amp real hard. And once again, that amp was dialed so clean. So if I had a little more grit going, the possibilities abound. And just real quick, I'll throw up a neck position kind of thing, because I didn't, so now I will. So that's the PRS split neck, PRS full neck. And once again, that can be dialed in depending on how you what your preferences are. If you want a little more sizzle up top in the neck position, you can do that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a great pedal. It's a simple pedal, and I love pedals that sound this broad and organic and complex with basically just 3 knobs, and there's so many sounds you can dial up. So obviously, as always, if you guys have further questions with this pedal, certainly go to the website. I'll have a link there, and ask away, and they'll, I'm sure, answer those questions for you. As always, thanks for checking out my videos, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next installment. Thanks so much.